Glory to the losers. This one's for us. If there's been one thing I always wanted to get across, it's that there's no shame in being wrong. And maybe I've always just been a little weird. Okay, maybe more than just a little. But I'm not someone who gets any gratification from being right. There's a reason the channel has the word heart in it. The main purpose was to try and share the feelings I got from one of my favorite entertainment mediums. Although some were just because I was bored and wanted to make something with the footage sitting on my SSD. When it comes to authenticity, there is no right or wrong way to be. Just, do you cherish yourself enough to listen to yourself beyond the critic in your head? When the channel first started almost a decade ago with a small handful of videos, it was me trying to get better at using my voice. I always had video game capture equipment since I was the guy behind the computer for my local fighting game tournaments. Granted, I was embarrassed to put my mouth to the microphone for being too shy. When I was in middle school around 2007-ish, I used to make anime music videos for fun. That had to end when copyrighted music would now get a channel terminated. I don't remember my username, but I'm pretty sure it's something super embarrassing. So hopefully it's gone now, because I hope that channel's disappeared. And I eventually went on to make small little fighting game combo videos with generic music in the background to play it safe. I really enjoyed that. So much so that when I started making videos lately, I always wanted to make a cool music video at the end of every video that I could, if it made sense to. I went from a loner to someone who had people believe in him enough to take him out of his small town and grow as a person traveling to compete at major tournaments, eventually becoming the main person to record our local talent as my desire to prove myself started to diminish after getting a taste of the prize money here and there. While my drive to win was waning, I still want to give back to the community that gave so much to me. So what did I decide to do? Why, record as much local tournament footage as I could year after year.
Stranger danger. Wow, 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 how's your head feel? Wow. Damn, that thing has vacuum? Those arms are waving hella fast.
It's like an episode of The Simpsons over here. Holy shit.
You get hit by it's your fault.
Well, I'm just gonna keep guard point D and you get hit, it's your fault.
Wow, we're smart.
You can't have negative square roots, that's why we have an imaginary number.
Yeah. Shout out to high school fucking algebra.
When my first girlfriend and I got together, I quit competing for good. Fighting game content was growing and I no longer had that killer instinct. I didn't want to play catch up with the people I grew up practicing with, who are now some of the best players in the US or just plain retired now. Nor did I want to make content on something that I kinda liked but wasn't completely in love with anymore. I felt like I had nothing of value to add to either space. My priorities changed. What I enjoyed began to change, but I still loved video games. I entered my single player era, becoming enamored with video game narratives. She encouraged me to make videos to help with my shyness. It was never meant to be a long-term thing, which is why I only made videos for a few months at the time. Fast forward 5 years, I had a job that paid decently well while having lots of free time. I wanted something to do in that spare time, so I started the channel back up. There was no direction. I just wanted to make things. It didn't matter if the channel grew or not. It was a form of play for me. 4 years ago, I spoke to someone who once asked me, do I ever get stressed out by wondering if I'm doing a bad job? And I kinda just told them, at school and work and stuff, someone's gonna grade me and my performance. They can make the conditions on what it means to succeed and fail, but when I'm doing things because I want to, why would I wonder if I'm doing a good enough job or not? I'm just curious about exploring the craft to enjoy myself instead of wondering if I'm making good or bad decisions. Because in a vacuum, there's literally no one there to set the standards on what's good or bad. I could do that to myself, but why would I want to get in the way of me expressing myself? What constitutes failure if no one sets a standard for what failure even is? That's the difference between work and play. At work, someone does have standards and demands of you to meet, but when it comes to play, that becomes optional. If I was worried about being a good writer before writing a book, I'd never have written a book over lockdown. Is it a good book? Hell no. Did I have fun? Hell yeah. Did I have any intentions of getting it published and letting the world know about it? No. It was a creative outlet for me. I did it for the love of the game, not so people would love me. I know plenty of people who have passions they never explore because they didn't want to be judged for being bad at it, which to me sounds kind of boring. You only have one life, it's short, do what you can to enjoy it, alright? Because as for me, I don't really care. Going through my first breakup from a 4-year relationship was an extremely excruciating experience. It kind of knocked me out of my head and back into my heart. My mind was kind of too shaken up to remember how to worry. All I knew how to do was put my heart to paper, and eventually I got comfortable enough to wear it on my sleeves. I didn't write this book to be successful or so people would admire me. I did it because it brought me joy. I didn't need any more reason than because I wanted to. Isn't that enough? That's more than enough of a reason for me. What if people think it sucks ass? Well, their opinion is none of my business and I don't care. I didn't write this book for them. This was a labor of love from me to me, and I didn't even share it except for like a few close people. And that's what this channel is for me. Some videos were an absolute labor of love for me. Some were me being curious to see if virality could be cultivated. So yeah, the more clickbaity ones were me experimenting and being curious if I could make something that would blow up. And the simple answer to that is no. No, I couldn't. Barely 100 subscribers in a year and a half is pretty tiny. Yet it was a fun curiosity to indulge. I have many videos I want to make. I had videos where the scripts were done, but I decided against making them because I realized I wouldn't have any fun making them. Negative videos are degrading to work on, so I just threw them in the trash. Today my priorities are changing again. I want to have a new job in a new field in 2026. I'm hoping to get accepted into graduate school. The time I have to make these is just growing short. Actually, the first time I was going to end this channel was after the Asura's Wrath video. It was a love letter to the Eastern spirituality that basically saved my life. Then I put on my initial D DVDs and remembered how goddamn tight this show is and wanted to learn about the history of the games, but no one made a complete breakdown of the arcade games, and I went, fine, I'll do it myself. By the way, I also made a video on the Street Racing RPG for the Game Boy Advance if you've never heard of it. The initial video was going to be the last one, again. Then like a month or two later, I just kinda had the itch to keep making things. Nothing in particular, I was just having fun, experimenting and getting to know my editing software better, writing my scripts a little cleaner. I love the craft enough to make thumbnails of videos I was so sure I was going to get to. But there's becoming far too many things for me to juggle lately. Drafts that will go on unfinished. Very quickly though, there was a fun video I really wanted to make but won't be able to get to. The topic was going to be why you're getting worse the more you practice. The hook would have been something like, they say you should fear the guy who practiced one kick 10,000 times. But if you practice that kick 10,000 times with really shitty form, he's the one who should be afraid. He's gonna end up in the hospital like an athlete who ego lifts or something. I was gonna wait for Alex to release in Street Fighter 6 to make that video, but it's looking like I won't be able to get to it, so if you make stuff, feel free to take that idea for yourself because I probably won't be making it anymore. I'm someone who lives best through first-hand experiences instead of second-hand stories. Data and logistics be damned. I just have to know for myself. Even when it comes to things that I'm guaranteed to fail at, if I'm told I'm most likely to lose, well, I'd rather make an idiot out of myself and fail than become a self-defeating prophet who automatically assumes failure. If I don't care about failing, then what's the worry? I'm paraphrasing, but there's a part in the book, Zen and the Art of Archery, where the master tells the student his problem is that he aims with this mental safeguard to minimize the impact from fully being able to experience failure. This mental burden he's carrying is to prevent his ego from getting bruised, just in case success isn't the outcome. The master calls him out on it and tells him to get out of his own way and play his heart out. Results be damned. And this hits home for me, now more than ever since it's been nearly 15 years since I read that book. Who knew, 2 years after reading that story, I reached a place where I was planning to end it all? Not just once either, I would kind of give myself a timeline. If my life didn't get better by this date, I was just straight up going to kill myself. Yeah, kind of morbid. I don't really feel like centering myself right now. I don't care, final video, yada yada. But, you know, I'm still alive, so several times now, my life did get better. There was one thing that happened every time I had planned to close out my life. I stopped getting in my own way and, very terrifyingly and uncomfortably, started living from a place that actually mattered to me. Like, I was gonna die anyway, so who gives a shit about what people thought about me? I just want to live and be honest with myself for once. There are always layers of being performative I had to strip away every time I hit rock bottom. Obviously, my path is an absolutely terrible one when there are definitely less dramatic ways to unmask and make more genuine decisions for yourself. But we're speaking past tense here. All I can share are the facts, not spiritual hippie good vibe sage advice. I may not be the smartest person on the planet, nor the wisest, the most successful, or the most charismatic. But what all this has taught me is how to be an intentional loser. I'd rather live doing things that matter to me and look stupid doing so than to never try to live at all. That's the thing about joy. It doesn't come from finding fault and trying to fix it, that one day you'll enjoy it. That's one of the toxic sides of like this neurotic self-improvement built on self-hate. You're improving because you think there's something wrong about you, and it just feeds that cycle of shame endlessly, which is why in Buddhism there's kind of that term, the cycle of samsara. But in order to have fun, you can't entirely focus on getting better. You can get better when you're having fun, but you won't always have fun when you only want to get better. Look at all the memes about gifted kids becoming depressed if you want a dreary example of that. And yeah, I was in the gifted and talented program growing up, but I've been able to experience joy again by embracing failure, learning to be a gracious loser, to not feel bad for being wrong, to not care about succeeding, just to play. When you play, you don't always have to one-up yourself. In a business, sure, that's what an audience would want to pay you for. But when it comes to having fun, you don't always have to outdo yourself. Things don't always have to be bigger. Things don't always have to be better. If you're enjoying yourself, that's all that really matters. Coincidentally, that's when you have the most freedom to experiment, especially when there's no one to write you a paycheck, when there's no one you gotta impress. The original I'm a Loser video was actually supposed to be an analysis of one of my favorite video game characters, Ichiban Kasuga, but not because Like a Dragon is a 50-hour long RPG and I don't have the time to re-experience that masterpiece to end this video in a blaze of glory, but I'm making this anyways. Mediocrely if I have to. How's that for putting my pride aside by not having to make everything be my best one yet every time I make something new? And you can do that too, just try to have fun. You don't gotta always one up and do better. It's okay. You can chill out and enjoy yourself. I don't know if this is the end of the channel for sure, but if it is, even if no one likes it, heck, even if people hate it, trust me, there are people who hate this channel and me. I hope you have something in your life you love enough worth making a fool out of yourself for, something or someone, even if that person is just yourself, worth putting your heart and every fiber of your soul into so it makes this life one you're happy to be part of. And if no one else will, I hope you learn to cherish yourself because I've learned to. Trust me, I wouldn't want to lie about this. It's possible. Alright, take care and farewell.
I started off in life with a weak, ugly body that embarrassed me. I worked hard to improve myself. But after all that, I still wasn't happy because no one appreciated who I really was on the inside.
That's not true, young master.
Did you ever stop to think why Arakawa-san, Captain Sawashiro and I never gave up on you? No matter how much bad shit you dragged us into! Let me tell you, it wasn't easy. But we did it anyway, because we're all connected, deep inside our hearts. You see things in black and white, but family's not that simple. No one appreciated you for who you are? Bullshit! We were always there for you. We would have done anything for you, gone to hell and back. All you had to do was ask. When will you believe me when I say the three of us loved you? Or are you just gonna keep pointing that gun on your head like a dumbass?
Ichi.
This may not be what you want to hear, but you know, I consider you my brother, man. That means something to me. Don't make me watch my brother die. Please. I can't do it. Masato. forget you.
Change PJ, I want to dry my face, I want to use the restroom by myself. The little things, yeah, the little things are hard for me. Oh, I don't know why I am a teen. It's not so bad all the time, it's not so bad. My cute dog helps me out so we can go and la 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 la. Why I be T-shaped, not U or F-O. Find the secret key over the rainbow. I don't know how I became the shape of a T. Never forget you're the perfect shape. But I can spin so fast I can fly in the sky. Believe in yourself, you're the perfect shape. I don't know what my dog is thinking about. You're the perfect shape. I don't have any idea what perfect means. I'm not afraid to be me. We made some tornadoes, we made some new friends. We made a world with perfect shiny aliens. The bigger things, yeah, the bigger things aren't hard for me. Oh, I do know why I am a teen. It was so bad all the time, it was so bad. My cute dog stands and talks so we can go and blah, 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 blah. So